What's up, y'all? How you doing? It's your boy Dog from BBF Academy by English Black Friday. Today we're going to analyze the movie Crash. And well, you know, that's just one specific part. And I've decided to make this reaction to this one because there are a lot to be learned in this part of the movie. And we know there is a connection between this video that I had created. You watched the video about the Blackish. You know, there's one part in there in the Blackish. It's going to be on the card right here, so you can watch that. And well, in the series Blackish, I talk about names. You know, in the United States, there are specific names for, you know, white people and black people and stuff like that. And you know, in this video here that we're going to analyze, we're talking about this woman, and look at how this is interesting in the American culture and how this is a reality in there. This movie brings up topics that are sometimes are hidden, or you don't want to discuss that, or you want to bring that up, like racism, prejudice in general, discrimination against these people or those people right there. You know, lots of stuff in there, so get ready for it. It's going to be beautiful. Before we go for that video, don't forget to like, click on the bell button so you get the notification, and let's make it happen.
I keep telling you he's in pain, he can't sleep.
Mr. Ryan, your father has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month.
Oh, that's a nice thing in here. Look at this. Your father has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month. Check it out.
Mr. Ryan, your father has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month.
Your father has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month. When she said your father has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month, has been to is a very interesting expression. First is because it's a verb tense that's so complicated for a lot of people. It's called present perfect. Well, present perfect is a verb tense that represents something that started in the past and continues happening until now, until today. If she said that his father has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month, that means that he keeps coming back. You know, like he came here in the beginning of the month, and then he came here in the middle of the month, and now he came back here at the end of the month. So he has come, or he has been to the clinic 3 times in the last month. Interesting verb tense for us to learn. And by the way, what have you done lately? What did you start doing in the past and you still do now? Just write down in the comment section below, and let's carry on.
He is being treated for urinary tract infection. That is by no means an emergency. Now, if you have any more questions about your HMO plan.
Oh, look at this. If you have any more questions about your HMO plan, you know what HMO stands for? Health Maintenance Organization. You know, in the United States, you will have to pay for your health. You are not going to have like we have here in Brazil, which is called SUS, Sistema Único de Saúde, which is a free thing for the population. Well, in the United States, you will be charged. So that's the HMO plan. You need to have a health insurance so that you can get the treatment. And that planning is called HMO. If you have any more questions about your HMO plan,
now, if you have any more questions about your HMO plan, why don't you make an appointment to come in between 10 and 4 Monday?
Why don't you make an appointment to come between 10 and 4 Monday through
Friday?
Monday through Friday, because she works Monday through Friday. Well, but this guy right there, Colin, he's not very polite, and he is not a very nice person. If you watch the movie, you'll see that.
What does my father do about sleeping tonight?
I don't
Say, what does my father do about sleeping tonight? He asked. And then, I mean, that's the kind of question that he doesn't really want to know what his father will do to sleep well at night. He's just saying, what can you do for me? And look at how she answered that.
I'm in between 10 and 4, Monday through Friday.
What does my father do about sleeping tonight?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So you see that the conversation here is a little bit harsh. This is not a very nice conversation between these two people. So you know, the guy's been an asshole in there. And then this woman here is, I mean, she's doing her job, but she's not very polite. But then he gets really angry, and look at what he says.
Oh, I'm not a doctor.
I want to talk to your supervisor.
I want to talk to your supervisor. You know, when you're trying to get a service done, or you go to a store, you take something back to the store because you need to change because it's not your size. Let's say that. And well, the person asks for the receipt, and then, you know, the person starts to create barriers before you get, you know, your service done. And then you just say, well, I want to talk to the manager, or I want to see the manager. You know, I want to talk to the manager, or I want to see the manager. That is used when you believe that this person in front of you is not able to solve your problem. And well, that's kind of offensive when you say that. Say, I want to see your manager, or I want to talk to your supervisor. That's what he said. Look at how she answered that.
I want to talk to your supervisor.
I am my supervisor.
Look at this. I am my supervisor. And look at her face. Look at how she expresses that. She is not only saying that she is her own supervisor. She's saying that, who do you think you're talking to? I am my own boss. So you see that the conversation goes a little beyond what you can hear. It's, you know, you have the facial expression, you have the tone of the conversation, you know, the intonation used in there is a little bit, I would say, unfriendly. Okay, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, what is your name?
Shaniqua Johnson.
Shaniqua, big fucking surprise that is.
That's the point in there. It says, I am my own supervisor. Or really, what is your name? And she said, Shaniqua Johnson. When she said Shaniqua Johnson, and then he said, oh, big fucking surprise that is. And that she get really, really offended.
What is your name?
Shaniqua Johnson.
Shaniqua, big fucking surprise that is.
Oh.
And that's when she hangs up the phone. But why did that happen? Because, well, Shaniqua is a name in the United States that's predominantly used by the black women.
Aisha, Ayana, Bree, Brian, and Brianna, Sherelle, Shanice, Deja, Destiny, Ebony, Imani.
So when he said a big fucking surprise that is, it says, oh, I know it because you're black. That's why you cannot solve my problem. That is really racist. And the problem is that right after that, he will make an appointment to go see her. And, you know, she had suggested him go there, and he did. Let's see.
Morning, Carol. Who do I have?
Hold for a minute, please. Mr. Trujillo called and canceled, but you have a walk-in, Mr. Ryan.
Send him in.
Look at her face when I say, Mr. Ryan. And then she said, send him in. Send him in is send him in. Like, manda entrar. Send him in. And you see her face? She was just like, I'm about to revenge on this motherfucker. He gonna see what he ain't seen when that motherfucker was racist. You know, let's see what's happening, and I'm excited about this. Check it out.
Mr. Ryan, my name is Shaniqua Johnson.
Oh, look at how she focused on the name. You say, Mr. Ryan, my name is Shaniqua Johnson. And that's when he goes like this. Oh, fuck.
I believe we spoke last night.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to apologize about that.
And then he said, I wanted to apologize about that. How he is so sorry right now because he needs her, right? Do you think he's really sorry? Let's see the rest of the scene.
I haven't been getting too much sleep. My father's in a lot of pain.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And this doctor...
Do you think she is really sorry when she say, I'm sorry to hear that? I mean, her face is not really showing that she is really sorry about that, right? But let's see.
This doctor he's been seeing says he's got a urinary tract infection.
Oh, look at that. The doctor he's been seeing, that's another verb tense in there, which is the present perfect continuous. which is very similar to the present perfect, but it's used in different situations. The doctor he has been seeing, that means that he started seeing this doctor back in the days and he still sees the doctors today. So he has been seeing this doctor. Present perfect continuous. Very good.
He's been taking this medicine for a month now and he just keeps getting worse.
And he's been back to...
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Infection. He's been taking this medicine for a month now.
Has been taking this medicine for a month now. Another example of present perfect continuous.
And he just keeps getting worse.
And he's been back to see Dr. Robinson.
Yeah. Between you and me, the man's an idiot.
Really?
Oh, look at this. He said, between you and me, the man is an idiot. He's talking about the doctor. And she was just like, really? I don't think he is a very nice guy, but she is being a little sarcastic here too, right?
Well, no offense, but the guy sees 100 patients an hour. I think his nurses are doing most of the work.
If you're unhappy, your father's welcome to see a doctor outside the network.
Oh, if you're unhappy, your father is welcome to see another doctor outside of the network.
And if this new doctor says it's not an infection, says it's his prostate and it needs to be operated on, is that going to be covered?
Not unless Dr. Robinson
And
authorizes...
what good is that going to do?
Oh, now he's showing his real self in there. His real face he's been unmasked now. Look at that. He's going to get angry.
I'm sorry, there's nothing else I can do.
And look at that. And when you're angry with a person and this person is providing you the service, you know, now this person is not going to be happy about making that service happen. So look at this. There is nothing else I can do. And look at what he said.
All right, well, you know what I can't do? I can't look at you without thinking about the 5 or 6 more qualified white men who didn't get your...
You see what happened? Say, I can look you in the eyes and I cannot stop thinking about the 4 or 5 qualified white men that could be doing your job. I told you he was racist. I told you I saw that coming.
Job.
It's time for you to go.
Now, I'm saying this because I'm really hoping that I'm wrong about you. I'm hoping that someone like yourself, someone who may have been given a helping hand, might have a little compassion for someone in a similar situation.
Carol, I need security in my office.
You know, you don't like me, that's fine.
Nobody likes you, man. You're an asshole. That's why.
I'm a prick. My father doesn't deserve to suffer like this. He was a janitor.
Oh, okay. So look at this, man. This is something that happens usually. Look at this, man. This guy is being racist, right? I mean, he's saying, oh, Shaniqua Johnson. Oh, you're black, you can't do that job. Now he just said, I can't stop thinking about the 4 or 5 more qualified white men that could be doing a job. And now he is using the emotional speech. He's just saying, well, my father is in a lot of pain or my father is suffering and all that. Look at that.
Struggled his whole life, saved enough to start his own company. 23 employees, all of them black, paid him equal wages when no one else was doing that.
All right, and then he just said here that my father is a good man. He opened up a company. He hired 23 black people and paid them equally when nobody else was doing it. Wow, what a nice man. I mean, it sounds like, okay, so he is paying black people equally. Now he's doing a great thing. No, man, that's just because you pay people because of their work, not because of their skin color. And what kind of argument is he bringing up here?
For 30 years, you worked side by side with those men, sweeping and carrying garbage. And then the city council decides to give minority-owned companies preference in city contracts. And overnight, my father loses everything.
And overnight, my father loses everything. Well, I personally think that his father is a very good man. He's a nice man. He's trying to help people out of his heart. You know, he's a nice guy. I agree with him when he uses his father's story, you know, to get the service. But look at what she said.
His business, his home, his wife, everything. Not once does he blame you people. Now, I'm not asking you to help me. I'm asking that you do this small thing for a man who lost everything, so people like yourself can reap the benefits. And do you know what it's going to cost you? Nothing. Just a flick of your pen.
Okay, he continues using the emotional speech in here, when it says, well, you know, my father, he was this nice guy. He worked a lot. He worked side by side with people, you know, picking up trash and everything. And then he says, well, I'm not asking you to help me. I'm asking you to help a man who has lost everything. And what's going to cost you? Nothing. Just the flick of your pen. All you have to do is to sign that, give the permission so that the HMO will take care of my father. Well,
Your father sounds like a good man.
your father sounds like a good man.
And if he'd come in here today, I probably would have approved this request.
And if he would come here today, I would probably have approved.
But he didn't come in. You did. And
You know, and that's something that I hate about people sometimes. It's just because, you know, people want to take revenge. It's just like, you offended me. You were not very nice to me. So now I'm not going to be very nice to you. She could have done something. That's why she said, I would have probably approved this. But she decides to take the other road, you know, the road that is usually traveled by, which is, well, he did this to me, and I'm going to do the same thing back to him. So look at that.
you did. And for his sake, it's a real shame. Get him the hell out of my office.
Get him the hell out of my office. And then here comes the thing. You know, of course, he was an asshole. He was a prick. Just like he said, I'm a prick. He said that. And he was racist and everything. But now the continuation of the scene, look at what happens. You know, that woman, she suffered racism in there. Now, you know, racism, you know, to her face like that. But look at what she did later. You know, that's just a fender bender. You know, fender bender is when you crash the car, but it's not something big. Nobody gets hurt. It's just a fender bender. Fender bender is just like, batidinha. Right? So, you know, the fender, which is the front part of your car, and the back part of your car, you just bend it. You know, that's a fender bender. You know, it's a minor crash.
Oh my God! What the hell is wrong with you people? No, don't talk to me unless you speak American.
Oh, look at this, man. The guy that's in the back, he just came talk to her, and look at what she said. Don't come talk to me if you don't speak American. And now, you know, she just suffered racism in there, and now she's being xenophobic here. You know, just because the guy is an immigrant. And she said, don't talk to me unless you speak American. What is that? Speak American? Well, the language is English. Anyways, so you see, this movie is super important because it brings, you know, all kinds of prejudice in there. Immigrants, black people, Asian people, you know, people that speak a certain way, and people that, you know, act a certain way. So that's amazing. You guys should watch this movie. I hope you guys like this reaction. I hope you guys like this analysis, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like it, share with your friends, and write down in the comment section below what kind of movie, what kind of series you would like me to analyze. I'll see you then.